Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Nick from Rise of Sports and I'm back with another video. Today we are back again right on this one. The game is not even actually over when I'm recording this, but the game is over. The score of the national championship right now is 59-7. There's 9 minutes left in the game. But, you know, I figured why not just hop on, do this video real quick. Because this game was not even close. It never was. And yeah, so I'm just gonna break it down a little bit, and y'all should see this the day after the game. So Tuesday, y'all should see this, and let's just get right into it. All right, so as y'all can see, this is my screen right now. The score is 59-7. If you can see up here at the top, Georgia has scored 17, 21, 14, and 7 in each of the quarters. TCU did score in the first quarter. Max Duggan, honestly, I mean, if you let's not go over stats yet. Let's just go over what the game has been like. The game, I'm also watching the game on my other screen right now to see how it ends. But the game right now is just, it was never close, and I didn't really particularly think it was going to be close. I had a feeling. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, TCU's going to pull the biggest upset ever," and I'm like, I don't really think they are. Like, I think TCU got by Michigan. Michigan also did not have their best running back in that game. And I think Michigan's style of play was it was a better fit for TCU than what Georgia does. I think Michigan, they played a little too soft. They didn't play as hard-nosed football. They kind of played more finesse. They didn't overpower TCU, and I think that's the way to beat TCU, and that's the way Georgia has played. So I think the way that you beat TCU is you overpower them because their offensive line is worse, their defensive line is worse. That's not to say they don't have a good average defensive line and offensive line, but when you compare it to Georgia, Georgia has they have a NFL caliber left tackle, I believe. I think Roderick Jones, I think they're starting left tackle, and then defensively, they're gonna have Jalen Carter's gonna be a top probably 3 pick in this next year's draft, maybe top 4. But he's a beast as well. So you have guys on each side of the ball for Georgia that are just beasts, and really on TCU you don't have a guy on the defense or offensive line that's really an NFL caliber player. And I hate to say that because I don't want to say that college football you have to have NFL caliber players, but you kind of do. Like, you kind of do to compete. You need to have guys that are NFL caliber. That's just the way it is. That's the way kind of it's always been. Obviously, you're going to have players like Stetson Bennett, who is Georgia's quarterback, who is not going to be like that. Stetson Bennett might not ever play in the NFL, but he's one of the greatest college quarterbacks we've seen over the last probably 5 years. 10 years, however long we want to go. I mean, this is going to be his second straight national championship. He's apparently, I read that he's going to, in all 4 college football playoff games he's been in, he's going to be the MVP. That is greatness right there. I mean, Georgia, you know, undefeated this year. I believe they lost 1 game last year. So, I mean, very good record, obviously. And it's just kind of, the way I thought it was going to go tonight is kind of how it went. I didn't think it would be this big of a win. I thought TCU was going to put up a little more of a fight just because I think they have a really good offense. TCU's best running back didn't play. But, I mean, Max Duggan obviously is a very talented guy, will be an NFL player. Not sure if he'll be a starter in the NFL, but he will be an NFL player. Quentin Johnston is like probably I would say possibly even the best receiver in this next year's draft for the NFL. He might be 2 or 3, but he's definitely one of the best. Other than that, though, you can't really say much. I mean, TCU has a nice tight end, but Georgia's tight end is just the best in the nation with Brock Bowers, and that's kind of all you need. Georgia has proven in this game, you just need those guys that are big, powerful, strong. I mean, let's go into the stats now. If you look, let's go to Georgia's side of it. Stetson Bennett has been great just managing the game. Only throw the ball 25 times, but it's been for 304 yards. So, you know, he's averaging 12 yards a completion. Kenny McIntosh, their runner, 6.3 yards per carry is great, but he's only carried the ball 8 times. And then you see, I mean, Brock Bowers, 7 catches. He's just been a beast. Lad McConkey, I think that's how you say his name, 5 for 88 and 2 touchdowns. You know, it's just kind of, they've been very efficient. You know, their receivers have averaged a great yards per catch, if you want to say that. And it's just been very efficient. That's what Georgia has been. And it's really just, you have guys on Georgia's offense that are just bigger, stronger, faster than TCU. You have an offensive line that has blocked 2 blocks Stetson Bennett well the whole night, and that's kind of what that came down to. On the other side, you have Max Duggan, who has not had great protection. He's had to run around a lot. And one thing I did notice also in this game, it felt like every single snap from the center to Max Duggan was low. Every single snap was low. And that means for me, as a sports fan, when I see that when a ball is either low or high when you snap it, that means that that center is like, I got to snap this ball and immediately start protecting because this guy is way bigger and stronger. And yeah, because you were going against Jalen Carter, one of the best defensive linemen in the nation. And so that when that happens, you just have no chance. Like I'm watching Max Duggan still right now try to complete passes, and he's just under constant duress. That's part of the issue. And so Max Duggan is a much better player than what he's showing in this game, but he can't do much. Like I feel bad. It does remind me of Cincinnati last year against Alabama. It's very similar to that game. And I don't want to say, because I know I made the whole video of TCU deserves to be here. I said they deserve to be in the college football playoff, and I was proven right. They beat Michigan. But when it comes to a Georgia team, it's way different. It is different. I mean, if you watched the Michigan TCU game, you saw how competitive it was. And then you see this game is not competitive at all. So that's kind of all I want to say. I mean, look at this box score, Max Duggan 9 for -28 and a touchdown. So he did score a rushing touchdown. And he scrambled for first downs or close to it. But he's been sacked so many times. Bad yards per carry for the running backs. And Darius Davis has been the receiver. That has at least done something. Quentin Johnston, obviously, only 1 catch for 3 yards. They just were outmanned, outpowered. And that's kind of all I have to say. You know, hopefully, I think TCU is going to be fine as a program. They were just in over their skis going into this game. I mean, they overachieved so much, and they finally met the point where it kind of had to come to an end as Georgia just scored another touchdown, and they already set the record for most points in a national championship game, but now they're going to score 66 points. So pretty insane. But that's kind of all I have to say about this. If y'all have any comments please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to answer some of your questions. If you like what you see, please subscribe because I want to make content like this. I love watching sports and I love commenting about it. So have any arguments, complaints, let me know. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Rise Up Sports.